Hi guys, I'm going to show you the answers. Today in class we went over these, and then I'll share the activity that we did as well. But I wanted to go over the homework because I think some of you guys struggled with this. I don't know if it was typing it in on the computer, I don't know if it was the lesson itself, but we have to go over it, okay? So look, this is addition. So I'm going to just put a plus sign, because every time we see a plus sign, we know that we have to add, okay? So remember, h of a, I'll do in red, okay? Plus g of a is second, okay? This is important. If you're struggling, put your functions in different colors, okay? It'll be much easier for you to see. So now I substitute h of a for 3a minus 5, because that's what it's equal to, okay? That's what it's equal to. Okay, then I'm gonna go on to g of a, but I can't forget my plus sign, because remember, we are adding, okay? And now, with my parentheses, I'm going to sub in g of a for the answer that g of a is equal to. So g of a is equal to a squared minus 4a, okay? Now, what happens is these parentheses drop, okay? So I'll show you in a different step. So this comes down, 3a minus 5 plus a squared minus 4a, okay? Now, what we need to do is combine like terms. I see one set of like terms here, okay? And that's 3a and negative 4a. So what I would do is I would do 3a minus 4a, which would give me negative 1a. And then I bring everything else down, okay? This is important. Minus 5 plus a squared. Now, if you remember what I taught you guys yesterday on Wednesday, is standard form. I'm gonna write this down here. Okay? Standard form. Okay, this is important. ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are numbers, okay? Those are numbers. They're never going to be an x, y, blah, blah, blah. They're always going to be numbers, okay? So we need to get this to look like this, okay? So I'm going to write this in standard form. A squared. Okay, my a this time is just used as x. Remember, variables can be any letter in the alphabet, okay? Technically, there's a 1 in front of that a, but I'm not going to write that, okay? Minus a. Or if you would like me to put the 1, I could put the 1a, okay? Minus 5. Now, this is in standard form, okay? Now, I don't know if some of you had a hard time typing it in, like I said. So if you followed the directions here, what I wanted it to look like, it would have been a caret 2 minus a minus 5, okay? So remember, this caret's important when we do things on math, okay? So I'm going to go on to the next one. Standard. Oops. Now we are subtracting, okay? So I have f of x minus g of x, okay? With subtraction, parentheses are super important. Super important, okay? I can't star this enough. So add that in your notes, okay? So now I have my f of x, which is x minus 5, okay? Minus x plus 5, okay? Now, there's two ways to do this, okay? You could distribute your negative, and distribute just means to multiply. Or we can use my trick where everything in this parentheses just becomes the opposite sign. Okay, so I'm going to keep my x minus 5 down here. And now because this was a positive x, it's now a negative x. That would be the same if we distributed the negative, okay? This was a positive 5, so now it's just a negative 5. Does everyone see that? I'm going to give you a few minutes to look that over. So here, important here, everything in my parentheses drops out to be the opposite, okay? Now, I combine like terms. I have x and negative x. Now, x minus x is just 0, okay? So, 0, because x minus x is just 0. Then, I have negative 5 minus 5. This is what I was talking about, keep, change, flip. Keep the first term. Change the sign. Flip the sign of the second term. Negative 5 plus negative 5 is negative 10, okay? And your answer should be negative 10. This time there is no variables, okay? That's okay, sometimes that will happen. Okay, on to the next one. F of x times, using my dot, g of x, okay? So, f of x with multiplication. Use parentheses on both. That's important, okay? On both. So another thing I can't star enough. Okay? So, x minus 2 times x cubed. Okay? Now here, I'm going to use my arrows, okay? X times x3. Remember, when we multiply variables, we add their exponents. So pretend there's a little 1 here, okay? Because that's what, it's x to the 1. If it's just x, it means x to the 1, okay? So pretend there's a little 1 there. Now, what I do is I have x, and I just add my exponents, okay? So 1 plus 3 is 4, okay? Now on this side, I do x cubed times negative 2, okay? Now, this 2 does not have an exponent, okay? So all we're doing is we're multiplying the imaginary 1 in front of x times negative 2. Which gets me negative 2, and then I just bring this x to the third down, okay? That's all I do, is just bring it right down, okay? So my answer should look like this. Now how I wanted you to type this in would look like this, over here, x to the 4th, use that caret, 2x caret 3. So this is how you should type it in. Okay? Last two were division, which I told you is the simplest thing we can do. Okay? G of n all over f of n. And all I want you to do is just substitute in. Okay? That's all. There's no solving. There's no math going on. You're just substituting the numbers in. Now, I told you to write this division, because it's a little difficult, like this. So use your carets. Slash, that's division. You have a slash on your computer, okay? That's how it should have looked when you typed it in. Just like this, okay? Do not go any farther than this. Do not make this harder on yourself, okay? All I want you to do is put it in. Plug your numbers in. Plug your functions in, okay? Last one, another easy division one. H of n all over g of n, okay? And how do I know which one comes first? Whichever one's on top, okay? Whichever one comes first. So my h of n is negative 2n plus 5 all over 2n plus 3. Leave it. I saw some of you on your homework try and simplify it. I don't know if you're using photo math because I did not teach you that, okay? Leave it here. Leave it here, okay? And then how you would type this in would be negative 2n plus 5 slash 2n plus 3. Okay, that's all. If you have any questions after watching this, please let me know. I will be on Google Meet from 12 until 1. Okay, you have me from 12 to 1 if you have any questions. I will be on there. Please sign in. Okay.